Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might.
What's going on, YouTube? It is Monday, March the 9th. So I'm gonna do this video, quick recap on the trades that I took with my 4 Apex account. I only took 3 trades. One of them got me funded, which is this account right here. It put me over the 5,300 or 53,000 mark. So this account will be getting funded, which I made $606 today. And the trade that I ended up taking off of on this account was basically a double bottom. Took one contract off here, and I held the other 2 contracts to the break. Once it ended up getting me in the profit to make the account funded, I just went on ahead and took it off. So that got this account funded. Then I ended up taking another trade with, which one? Let me see. Yeah, this one, this one was actually my first trade. And I actually ended up taking it on a break and like to see if it was going to push back up. Kind of like a little double bottom right here. But I took 3 contracts here to start, ended up pulling down and taking 6 more contracts on the push back up. Took off most of them. Took another contract off here, left 1 runner. And it got up here, but I was looking for a high day for my exit on that last contract and ended up putting my stop out a little bit above break even. So I ended up getting stopped out on this trade on that last contract, which got me $623, which this account, if you look at how much the equity was, it was down, almost blown. It was like $800. So now my trailing drawdown for tomorrow on this one is 1506. So it survived another day. But what's crazy is that my other account, this one was up. I think it was like 51, what was it, 51.15 or something like that. So I ended up taking a trade up here, basically taking a double top from right here to see if I could get it to fade it. This was my first entry. I added as it got up to the top, and because you get like rotations off of like the 80s and 20s, I ended up, once it broke over 80, I just took it off. This one almost took me out where I had my order at, but it came back up and took me out. So I ended up losing $838 with this account. So that brought this one, the trailing drawdown, to 848. So I'm almost in the same position as I was in when I started the day as far as these 2 accounts. But the other one I just got funded. So we'll see tomorrow if I can get another account funded or closer to getting funded. And I might even start another account so I can be a little bit more aggressive on it to see if I can get it closer to being funded, and then trade the other accounts all like slower, a few contracts at a time. So that was my trades for today. So I'm gonna go over the trades that I took for Tuesday, March the 10th. I started out with another funded account, so I ended up getting another account funded, and this time I didn't blow it up on the first take. So on this one, I actually sized down so that I wouldn't blow it up, and I'm gonna just try to like do it by a little bit, just to make a little bit of money at a time, to try to bring the equity up in it so I could try to get some payouts on this one. But I started in right here, and I was anticipating for it to, once it started pushing back up, because it broke the lows and it started returning back into this range. So I started in right here, and I added at the lows, which I would end up cutting it if it broke up under here, which I was looking at 24,880 to cut it up under there. So I ended up taking some off right here, some off right here, and I took the last contract off up here, which I actually had my exit at the highs, but I brought it down a little bit to go ahead and just lock in profits instead of giving anything else back, to try to get the account to 3,000 so that I can start getting some kind of payouts. But that was for my funded account. Then I had another one, a trial account that I started, and I ended up taking, this one was actually my last trade of the day. I was trying to take a rejection off the highs. So I ended up starting in right here, which I was stopping out. So I was giving myself 50 points. So this 150 up to 200 was my stop. So I started in right here, added up here at the highs, and stopped out at 200, which it pushes up. And if you see it now, it actually came back down. But this was probably within the next 15 minutes, it came back down. It's cool. But I ended up losing 1280 on it. And now this account is in jeopardy of being lost. Let's check the drawdown on it and see how much I got left, which is $133 left, I think. Yeah, it's $133 left. So this one basically like a little gamble account now, all because I was up a little bit. So that's what it was, the trailing drawdown. So I'm gonna just probably take some old weird trade to try to see if I can either blow it up or try to get it back to the $2,000 trailing drawdown. But my next trade I ended up taking was off the triple top right here, and actually I just waited for it to push back up into this, basically the triple top. Took a little bit off, took some more off as it broke this low, and ended up stopping out for break even on my last contract, which got me $143 on that one. And I took one more trade, which is an account that was in jeopardy of being blown up. So this was actually my first trade that I took of the day, and I started in up here in this range. I started in right here, added, took some off in these two candles, and I was actually trying to catch it back up to the top. But as it came back down, I added a little bit more on the lows, and then I had an order sitting down here for a little bit more, which I think this ended up being 9 contracts altogether, and got stopped out right here, which just barely missed my take profit. My take profit was actually right here in this area, but it barely missed it, rolled back over. I just let it go, and this was an account that I was willing to lose because it only had like $900 left on it, $800 or $900. So for the way I'm trying to trade them, it's more aggressive to try to get it funded. So that's why I like me taking a $982 loss. Not really a big deal. I'm just gonna add another account. But this one I'm gonna go ahead. This one gone. I got another one that's close to being gone. And then I made money on 2 accounts. My funded account, which is the most important one, and another one that I'm trying to build back up. And let's check and see how much I made, how much I'm close to being in my trailing drawdown on that one, which is 1647. If you look up here, say 1647. So those are the trades that I ended up taking for the day. If y'all like this kind of content, go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. Let me know what y'all did in y'all trades today. All right, later.